Hey guys, so we're currently in the midst of a Tekken 7 Season 4 right now, and in terms of balancing, Tekken is in a decent place right now. Like the characters that are really good are not really, toxic or cancerous, but I thought to myself we might be getting an update soon, like year end. There's a huge tournament coming up soon in November, so I'm sure Namco are going to throw out a huge update soon. So I thought to myself, let's talk about the characters that need to be fixed in the next update. I feel like Tekken 7 has focused too much on buffing to the point that the good characters have just been getting better and better and better. So personally, I feel as though the top tier characters need to be toned down. They need to focus on toning down the really good characters. So I thought, let's talk about some characters that need fixing. Now, I won't go through the entire roster. I'm just going to talk about a few of the characters that are really, really good right now, that are a little too good. And I'm not going to show all the characters because I do not have experience with some. I haven't used some characters, but from feedback and from my top players and everyone talking, I'm just going to mention a few of them. Okay, so right off the bat, we have King. Now, King has been going under the radar almost every buff. Like, he's been getting nothing but buffs, and I'm not a huge fan of this. King is not really that top tier character, but he is super good. He's super good. And the problem I have with King is forward 1 and his Oki. Forward 1 is a perfect move. It tracks, it's like -6, -7, and it's a counter hit launcher. So it's a little too good, and the Oki is insane. He needs to have bad Oki for having such good grabs, and the Oki needs to be given to Armor King. So that's the only problem I have with King. Secondly, we have Alisa. Now, I love Alisa. She's one of my favorite female characters, but the problem I have with Alisa is the chainsaws. Chainsaws has always been a problem with this character, and it needs to be balanced one way or another. I'm not sure exactly what they have to do, but chainsaw needs to be nerfed. It's too strong, a little too strong. And then we have Paul Phoenix. Now, Paul Phoenix has been getting a shitload of nerfs, I do agree, but he is still too strong. The problem I have with Paul is that goddamn down forward 2. Why does it crash jabs? It should not crash jabs. The Rage Art Council is still dumb. He should not have that. But I feel at this rate it won't really be taken out. But they need to balance out the down forward 2. So Paul has been nerfed, but he's still a problem. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes now. The meat and potatoes, the top tiers of Tekken 7. Beginning with Devojin. Devojin is easily a top 5 character in this game. And the problem with Devojin is up forward 4, his electric, his hell sweep, and his max damage war combo. These factors alone make this character cracked, and it's not even an argument. Up forward 4 was buffed. Before, back 4 was not guaranteed, but now back 4 is guaranteed, and it's a mix-up as well. If you get up, it sets up some crazy Oki with an electric. The problem with the Hell Sweep has always been the launching it has. Like, why does that thing launch? That thing needed to be fixed in Season 2, bro. It should not launch at all. Back to 1 upward is crazy damage. It's a little too much damage for Devojin. It does not go well with his archetype, I don't agree. And lastly, the electric buff that was received a few patches ago concerning the tracking. Like, it's not supposed to track towards the weak side. Like, why does it track towards the weak side? Like, the electric is crazy. It's difficult to whiff punish. The recovery is insane, and just all these moves combined make Devojin too strong. He's just too good. He's too good. That's all it is. Okay, moving on to Julia, another super top tier. Now, Julia will mix the shit out of you. This is one thing I really never liked in Tekken 7. Like, even mix-up characters have a shitload of damage. There should be a balance, guys. You have to sacrifice your damage for being a mix-up character. Anyway, so with Julia, first things first, forward 1. Forward 1 is a very, very toxic move. It's too good. It tracks depending on the distance, how far you do it, how far you delay the input of the forward 1, which makes it a little too strong. They need to just nerf the tracking a bit, and the balancing would be good. Forward 1 plus 2. The wall bounce. The wall bounce is a 14 frame move, which just makes it very easy to spam. It's safe, 14 frames, bro. You can just spam this move at the corner, and eventually it's going to land at some point.
And I think lastly for me, it's just the ward damage on the what's that move? The big lunge she does at the wall, and she follows up with forward forward four. I think it's a little bit too strong. The damage is still insane. Now Julia, people might argue that she needs a lot of nerfing, like she needs a lot of tweaking, but I think she's not that toxic anymore. She's been hit a bit in the previous patch. So just these little moves remaining, I think, is what's left to really put her in a great spot. But she is too strong right now. And I think, these moves, if toned down, she'll be alright. She'll be alright. Craig Murdoch. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, then you know for sure that I do play Craig Murdoch. And yeah, this man is cracked. He's too cracked. The problem with Murdoch is people tend to forget the fact that this man has glaring weaknesses. But the problem Murdoch has is the fact that his offense is too intoxicating to the point where his weaknesses really don't matter, right? He'll kill you before you really get the chance to exploit his weaknesses. Now, Murdoch, for me, one of his biggest issues is the damage. Like, personally, I think if there's any character that must do damage in Tekken 7, it's Murdoch, right? Bro, this man literally throws a van at the beginning of his intro. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, his damage is basically what needs to get fixed, beginning with the tackle. Firstly, the tackle, I feel as though it's not something you should really rely on. He's built around the tackle, but I feel as though players should be rewarded for breaking the tackle or guessing it right. So what I suggest is he should receive damage every time a tackle is broken. Like when Nina's chain grabs are broken, right? She receives some damage, like 15 damage or something, 17. I believe that should be implemented into Murdoch's tackle as well. He should receive some damage for characters breaking the tackle. Secondly, Kotasoko Forward 2 is broken. It's minus 12, but it deals 60 damage on counter hit, which is just absurd. That needs to change. It needs to be. They need to reduce the damage on the counter hit move. I do get that it has no range and the input is kind of finicky, but it's too strong. It's too dumb. Thirdly, his rage drive, bro. The rage drive is insane. Rage drive needs to be fixed ASAP. The damage is too much. It is a little too much damage. But the fact that he also gets a mini mix up on block, it's too much. His wall grab is still OP. Just like the tackle, I feel as though players should be rewarded for guessing right. So he should receive some damage every time the throw is broken at the wall. Either that or reduce the damage again, because they did reduce the damage, but it's not enough. It still does a shitload of damage. Thirdly, his Oki is okay in my opinion. It's high risk, high reward, so maybe it might be toned down in a way, but I think it's good. Murdoch has glaring weaknesses, but I don't think he's ready to the point where he's meta defining in Tekken. But he needs toning down, and I think he'll be in a good spot. He'll still be strong. The 2Ds, aka Geese and Akuma. Now, I feel as though it's a little too late in the game's lifespan to really fix these characters. Like, they need a whole ass rework. So I won't really spend much time on these, but for me, they just need to reduce the damage on these characters. They need to have the same meter gain as Eliza and the same damage as Eliza. To me, that can be a good balance, this late in the game. So I really don't have a lot of experience with these two characters, so for me, just fix their meter gain and I think they'll be in a decent place with less complaints about the goddamn 2Ds, bro. Leroy and Fakumram. Now, there's a reason why these two characters have always been in the top 10 lists from the time they were released till date. Till date, they're still top 10 characters. There's a good reason for that. These characters were just built to be good, and there's no two ways about it. I feel like no matter how much they nerf these characters, they'll always be good. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect characters. They do have actual weaknesses now compared to when they were just released. And to be honest with you, I'm actually happy with what Namco have done. They've really toned down these characters to a really good spot. Okay, now for Leroy, I feel as though just a few things need to be fixed. One, the Hell Sweep. The range on the Hell Sweep is absurd, and it still tracks both sides. I think the range should be as good as Steve down back 3 and the Lydia Hell Sweep as well. That and back 1+2 as well is a bit too good. He has back 1 for counter hit moves. He has 1+2, I think. The hit confirm 10 framer. So why do you need all those counter hit options, bro? Like, it's just get rid of back 1+2. It's too good. Or just make it unsafe. That's all I think Leroy needs, to be honest with you. I think he has glaring weaknesses now. he's more of a short range character. People complain about his hermit stance, but I think that's where his strength really lies, and that's how he should be utilized. Because at long range, he's kind of ass. Fakumram, to be honest with you, I don't think he's as good as everyone is making it seem. Like, he's good, he's still too good, but bro, he's been hit really hard, bro. His stepping has been nerfed, his frames are trash, all his lows are minus now, like minus 13. He is good, like he makes up for the range, that's what makes him stay good. But I really don't know what needs to be fixed about Fakumram anymore. Maybe damage, but okay, on Fakumram I'm not really sure. So these guys, for me, are the characters that really need to be looked upon. Now, I wanted to make this video short. There are obviously more characters that need fixing, aka Zafina, the backdash, questionable Brian buffs, you know, very questionable. What else? I think Steve might need a little bit more toning down. He needs recovery issues. His recovery issues needs to be fixed. Lydia as well has recovery issues still that needs to be fixed. So I might have not touched on all characters, but I feel these are the biggest culprits that need to be toned down ASAP. So yeah, this is a list for me, my boys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking. I try my best to, you know, put out as much content as I can. So yeah, thanks my boys, and GG.
Don't forget to subscribe!